If you always end up stopping training after a massive effort to make it work, it's not a discipline problem, it's not motivation, and it's not time. It means you don't understand the 4 phases of a fitness journey. I haven't stopped training in the last 6 years, but before that, I quit over 20 times in 13 years, and every time I would think that I'm just not good enough. 90% of men always have the wrong training or the wrong diet for the phase they're in. And that's why they end up quitting when life gets in the way. I've coached over 100 men through this exact system, and by the end of this video you will know in which phase you're right now and how to go through all of them so you never quit again. Watch until the end. There is one detail that turns this from a system that you understand to a system that you can actually use. If you haven't subscribed to my new channel yet, please press the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified for future videos like this if you're serious about health and performance. Let's dive in. In a minute, I will give you 3 examples from my clients how if you follow the phases in the wrong way or if you don't follow the phases at all, it's going to lead always to the same result. And I'm almost 100% sure you're going to see yourself at least in one of these examples. But before that, here are the 4 phases. So the priming phase is a phase which you start from. Even an experienced athlete, after a week of not training, he has to go through a priming phase of at least 1 to 2 days to really make sure his body gets used to everything. For you, if you're just starting after a long period of years of not doing anything, that will include adaptation to just monitoring your meals, excluding processed foods, making little changes and working with the lowest hanging fruit in your diet, in your sleep, in your stress management, in your exercise. And in the priming phase, the goal is to get to the point where you are following a consistent training plan, a consistent diet, and you're consistently losing weight. But that adaptation process takes time and usually goes for between 2 to 3 weeks with my clients. If you do it alone, you can expect it to take about a month and a half. The diet phase is where everything is dialed in. Now you have to be seeing fat loss results every week. You should be measuring your progress. You should just follow the strict diet or flexible diet, but it has to be something that you follow. You should be following your training plan, and all you gotta do is just manage that consistency, stick with it, be very patient, and get to your results. The reverse diet phase is the phase that people skip the most, even those who know about it, because it is very draining. At the end of a diet phase, usually, naturally, we feel mentally exhausted, not just physically drained and exhausted. It was a few months of real battle with ourselves. It was probably for some people the hardest months of their life. And now you have to go through another hard period of at least 1 month. Most people skip that and they jump right back to normal eating, even with better habits, but they just eat a huge amount of food. At that point, your body's metabolism is slowed down and it's not able to metabolize effectively all this food. And instead of using it for energy and increasing your efficiency, if you just increase your food right at the beginning, right after you finish the diet phase, you're going to start putting on a lot of excess fat. And that's just going to bring you back to square one. And in a few weeks later, you're really going to regret that. So reverse diet phase is designed to boost your metabolism and performance, bring you back to normal life, better hormones, eating more without getting fat, and just enjoying life and maintaining your results. And then finally comes the perform phase. The perform phase is where a lot of people start from. They think they can because you watch somebody do it, you watch too much Rocky movies, and you listen too much David Goggins, and you think you're just gonna jump into the perform phase and you're gonna smash it. But reality will hit you in the face, most likely, and maybe has done it before. If you just jump in a perform phase, you'll probably crash for multiple reasons. It's a great phase to be in, but you have to earn it. It's a phase where your performance is improving in every single area of your life. You're finding a sport more like a lifestyle, something that you enjoy, and you start diversifying in different sport activities. You're eating better, more freely, you're getting better results, you're looking better, you're growing muscle. It's a great phase, it's there for a reason, but you have to earn it. All right, now you know about these phases, and you might think this is some pseudoscience, some surface level things, but in a minute I will give you a few examples that will show you how doing things wrong will always lead to the same results. These are examples from my clients in which I actually see myself too, and I'm confident that at least one of these examples will be something that you have done too, because they're very, very common. Example one will be Simon, who was doing the diet phase but training like he is in a priming phase. What that meant is that he was doing a little bit too much cardio, not enough strength training. And in this period, his metabolism started slowing down a lot. He was losing weight at the beginning, but eventually, not too far later, his weight loss plateaued. He stopped losing weight, he was effectively stuck. And at that point, it can be very frustrating because all the options that you have available, from what you know, is to increase the cardio. And he did that. He increased the cardio, started running more, until it really became a very hard thing to keep up with because it takes a lot of time. And then he was faced with this battle of how can I fit more training? I don't even have the energy. I want to eat more. And he realized something is not right. He's not doing things right. And that's how he decided to quit. Next example is Michael, who finished a successful diet phase after a few months of training, of dieting, achieved great results, lost a lot of weight, and now he has to preserve that weight and move back to more normal life. Very exciting times for everybody to be in this position, but he did not do things carefully. He didn't go through the reverse diet. And instead, he just jumped back to eating a little bit more food every other day. And that became a little bit more and a little bit more without really measuring the calories that he was consuming. And that leads to excess fat gain, as I mentioned earlier, which really made him disappointed. It is disappointing to see all the hard work that you put in go vanish. And at that point, he's faced with the decision to become more strict, which is he's really not willing to do because he barely made it to the end of the diet phase. He's exhausted. And the other decision is to start training more or to do what. He doesn't really know what to do, how to remove this fat, and there's nothing really that can be done already. The damage is done. So he decides to take a few weeks, a week or two break, so he can mentally rest and recoup and start again. But that week or two then becomes a month or 2 months, and then it's a 6 months, and he's effectively stopped and lost all the progress from the great diet that he had. And the third mistake is the one that everybody makes, every high performer, including myself in the past. I've made it multiple times. And that is John, who is super excited about starting his fitness journey again. It's been a long time. He's very frustrated with himself. He's built a lot of discipline and motivation and really drive to smash this time. He's committed. He's not going to fail. So what he does, goes to the gym, gets the membership. He finds the best training plan. Maybe it could be the training plan that got him the results the last time when he was 25 years old. He has the best plan. Then he finds the best diet. This diet is absolute killer. There is zero chance of failure. And that is the approach of somebody starting a priming phase with the mindset of a performing phase. And you can guess what happened. After a week or two, then he started slipping here and there. A few bad meals go through, a few bad workouts or missed workouts go through, and then he thinks, I'll just get a grip on it, I will keep persevering and I will make it. But in reality, most people, just like him, fail to get the grip on it because it just takes time to earn the perform phase. You can't just jump into it. And obviously that leads to a lot of frustration, more missed sessions, more missed good meals and eating junk food. That leads to the frustration a few weeks later and the realization, and he really was forced to accept that he was defeated again. He realized this didn't go as planned, so what's the point of now continuing with the same effort if it's not really working the way I wanted it to work? This was supposed to be a great thing, but it's not. So I might just stop, wait, and try to find another way later. So now I don't know if you see yourself in any of these examples. I definitely do, and most people will see themselves in at least one. But even if you don't, that doesn't mean you should not understand the phases, because there are many more other mistakes that you can make along the way. So starting with the priming phase, I want to explain how to actually do these phases correctly. So once now you already probably know which one you are in, you know how to do them right. Priming phase is a phase that you need to work with the lowest hanging fruit first. It is a concept that I've covered before in other episodes, including my podcast. It's a lowest hanging fruit is the one thing that is going to have the highest impact on your behavior and your journey right from the start with the least amount of effort. In most cases, that is stopping the processed foods, reducing the amount of alcohol or stopping it completely, going in bed on time, starting to do 2 to 3 workouts a week, starting to restricting yourself from cravings and having more structure around the meals. There's a lot of little details and things that you can do that will move the needle, will make you more motivated, and it will help build the momentum. That building of momentum, this is the priming phase. So the goal is not to stick to a plan that you already have. The goal is to develop the character, the ability to stick to that plan. That is the priming phase. So don't forget that. And you actually, if you want more information about this phase and about other things about fat loss, I have a free do-it-yourself fat loss course. You can watch it without signing up, without sharing your emails. I don't ask for any details. Go into the description, you'll see the link, you can go in there and watch it. That course is designed to help you get the results that you want. If you're a high performer or if you're just a regular guy who just has nothing to do and want to lose weight, this is definitely going to help you. And if it doesn't help you, because I understand, just like driving a car, it's not enough to get the test, to pass the test from the notebook. You need somebody to teach you how to drive. You need somebody to be with you, and I can be there for you. Eventually you can also apply for coaching, and if approved, I'll be very happy to work with you and help you along the way. So with that being said, moving to the diet phase. The diet phase is where you need to just be strict. You have to have a diet that produces results every week. In the diet phase, you need to measure your progress all the time. In the priming phase, it's not so important, but in the diet phase, measurements have to be in place. Body weight measurements, progress photos, or circumference measurements for a body transformation. You need to measure your progress in the gym. Are you getting stronger or not? Which will point out if your training plan is working, if it's too intense, not intense enough. And you also need to measure the amount of calories you're consuming, either visually or literally using an app and kitchen scales to measure the calories that you're consuming. Much more on that is always available in the course. Next one is the reverse diet phase. The reverse diet phase requires tremendous amount of patience. And most people fail to do it on their own, and I failed a few times, and I know from experience it's a tough one. But if you have a coach, that can really help you. So if you have someone to keep you accountable, take you through it, really helps. In reality, it's a simple process. You see your weight at the end of a diet phase. What is it? And how many calories are you consuming? And then you decide to add another 200 calories on top. When you add these calories, your weight will naturally go up a little bit. But what you will see is that by the end of the week, the weight might drop or stay the same. And you will see that you will continue increasing the calories, but your weight is not just going to continuously increase. You will start increasing the calories, 100 calories for each day weekly. So if you've been eating, for example, 2000 at the end of the diet phase, the first week you can increase them with 200. So that will put you at 2200 calories daily for the next week. You see the weight goes up a little bit with 300 grams and then stays there. You can decide to maintain for another week or just jump further after 1 week of eating this amount of calories and go to 2300 per day. And then the week after, if you see that the weight's gone up a little bit or even dropped or stayed the same, you increase the calories again. And if the weight's going up a lot, and that's when you need to stop increasing the calories and maintain with the calories that you've increased until you see your weight plateauing. And eventually you'll get to the point where inevitably just weight keeps going up slowly. That is pretty much you're a little bit above your maintenance calories. And at that point, if you've done it long enough, for let's say for a month or two, your metabolism will be very fast. Your hormones will be very optimized. If you're training right and your training plan is good, your diet is good, you will feel amazing. You will feel more jacked, more lean, more strong. Everything will be perfect. So it's a great phase to go through, but it's the one that you have to be super strict in if you want to really preserve your results. And then we go to the perform phase. The perform phase obviously is a good phase because you've achieved a lot, you're very proud of yourself, but that doesn't mean you can just relax and go back to normal. It's the phase where you have to really make it a lifestyle now. You have to start enjoying the training more. You have to find it in yourself that you really need to go to the gym. Now, going to the gym and training shouldn't really feel like a struggle. It should you should be feeling bad and you should feel the struggle if you don't go to the gym. And now you can explore other sports and activities that you want to do, or just become better at strength and conditioning and just become stronger at the gym. Set goals. How can you do more pull-ups? How can you do more dips, push-ups, bench press, squats, etc. So perform phase is just about optimizing also not outside of the gym, your sex life, your performance in the office, in your business, every area of your life, because you should really see yourself as one big project. Your training or fitness is not separate from you. It will affect every single area of your life. And if you think this way, you have a very good chance of building something, a lifestyle that you will love, and it will inspire other people to follow it too. So, which phase are you in right now? Do you know? If you don't know, you can ask yourself the simple question of what do you want to achieve? When you know what you want to achieve, then you can really see where you are right now and which phases you need to go through to get there. If you need to lose weight, if you need to transform, go watch my free course. It's really good. It's the same coaching that I give to my clients one-to-one. You just have to watch every single video, follow the steps and do it yourself. If that's too hard, if you don't want to put in the work, you can also apply for coaching. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to be notified for future videos like this. So thanks for your time, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.